Hello, everyone. I'm going to wait for a few people to get in here. I figured I would do a live tonight and go from there. And I'm going to give it a minute for some people to show up. Get my volume where it needs to be. Hey, Benji, glad you could get by. Chris, glad you could stop by. Man, guys, I always tell Lou, don't cut your live just because I'm going live. Like, give it time. I'll go live after yours, and we'll go from there. Arturo Mansour Hall. Hey, Lou's a great guy with a fabulous channel. I'm glad he's sending people my way. He's the best. He's just he's good people, man. Jay, how you doing, Jay? Jay, man, I've been meaning to hook up with you. Still got my cast on. This is the first time since Monday I've even felt like talking. I've been like getting nauseous and stuff off and on, and and I decided to stop by and get some updates for my followers, my fans. Benji, I wrenched you. Just FYI, Benji. Gave you the wrench. Man, just extreme profanity, man. Don't let it happen. That's the only rule. Anything else, I'll probably get, like any bullying or any crap like that. I'll probably jump on. There's Lou B 747, the man, the legend, Lou B. Thank you for sending some people my way. I definitely appreciate it. I've lost about 10 subs this week. Broke my arm. Had surgery on it Monday. Actually got video of me breaking my arm. I was getting a little little Eastern racer out of my swimming pool as I was filling it up. Thank you for that, Arturo. I really appreciate that. Appreciate the sub. And slip, fell, broke my arm. My crew's probably tired of hearing about it. I won't go too in depth in it. Did I video the surgery? No. But the nurse asked me how I did it, and I was like, well, here, like, go to the Angry Aatrox on YouTube, because I was half under anesthesia at that point. And I was like, the third most recent short, and check it out. And they're all like, oh my gosh. And it was kind of a fun time. It was actually, I actually had quite a bit of fun just going through surgery, which sounds weird. But, there's great people, great crew at that facility. Ariel, thank you for working the wrench. Much love, Ariel, Viking, Venture, and Victuals. I love you, Ariel. Keep coming around. I'd be a little lost without you. Guys, smash the like button if you get a second. Did not get to video the surgery. I videoed the fall, and that's about probably as good as we're going to get. I should have asked him, do you mind if I like stick a GoPro up here or something? The surgery's only 45 minutes, but I honestly think because of liability, they probably would have said no. Carolina Pygmy again. I can't find... Yeah, Chris, I actually do know some people. Doug's Monsters, hey, welcome. Glad you're here, Doug. Long time no see. Of course, I ain't been around much. Been trying to recover. I'm Wagner County Snake Hunter on Instagram. Chris, message me and I'll see if any of my folks have one. And when you message me, also let me know where you're at so I can figure out who's closest by you, and I can see if we can get you hooked up. I do have some people that work with those and have them in stock from time to time. Yeah, I like that, Lou. You're like, yeah, I'll buy I'll rent the plane for the flight if I can video the flight. That was fun. Yeah, it sounds like something I'd say. Except I can't fly. Oh, that stinks, Chris. South Georgia. Gosh, I would think you could go collect one not far from there. I could be wrong. I'm on IG and AC. Smet Logic, how you doing, man? Good to have you on board tonight. Um, but anyway, yeah, it's just I kind of wanted to wait for a time where I felt like doing a live to do a live to run like just updates and do a live. You're looking for the Reds, okay? Gotcha. Yeah, the Carolinas. Yeah. Um, um, okay. Why is? Hang on a second here. Let me refresh my main screen. There we go. Lou, quit bringing up the Vine Snake, Lou. You know, everyone's teasing Smet Logic about his Vine Snake, and man, it's those things are hard to find. Those things are just hard to find. I mean, I've heard from people who've heard that area their whole lives, and they say those things are hard to find. So I'm going to go with what they say. But I've been just filling you guys in real quick. I've been had surgery on Monday, and been very heavily medicated. And the pain was actually so bad at one point after the surgery, like it hurt worse than the actual fall on the break itself. It's probably screwed up the rest of my herping season, which I still have a ton of video from last year and this year to process. So I'll be having some new stuff coming up soon. Got to catch Kiss on their last show right before my surgery, and I got a lot of that show on video, and I've been putting that in my queue to chop up some of it. But I got 2 or 3 videos, snake videos, will be on this channel that I'm working on, and it's some of it is some of the best quality video I think I've ever shot. Smet Logic, this is like Atrox kind of stuff. It's kind of pretty basic animals, but like superb footage, superb background, superb lighting, just, you know, just some of the stuff that like probably I'm really going to be proud of. But I've got 2 different projects in iMovie, and I'm working on getting those queued up. And you know, and so it's just you know, I mean, I hate to say bear with me, guys, but you know, I'm kind of glad let's go say I'm glad I broke my arm. I'm kind of glad I broke my arm and couldn't be online much for about 4 or 5 days, because what it did was it gave me the opportunity to stop and think about some things and stop and collect my thoughts, and like I know like both Lou B and Smet Logic. Oh hey Eric B, glad you did catch the live. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, stop and hit the reset button. That's exactly what happened for me, Lou. And I was able to sit there and do some drawing and stuff, and things that like I normally just don't do. I'm very into art. Oh, I shouldn't say very into art. I used to do a lot of art when I was younger, and it kind of helped me remember that, hey, you know, you've got other hobbies that you like too. And seeing as though I can't drive much until this cast is off, I'm kind of afraid I jacked myself for the rest of herping season. People are killing it on the hognose here in Oklahoma right now. They're absolutely sorry about that. They're absolutely having a field day with the westerns or the plains and the. How come there's no snake drawing on the cast? Okay, Lou, this is for you. We're going to draw a snake on the cast, if we can get the pen to work. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a cobra. Just this is in honor of Lou being a special guest here tonight. Now I can't turn my arm. Vine snake. You guys quit picking on Smet Logic. This is my cobra. This is my cast cobra. Good gosh, sometimes you just move the wrong way. Everything on your body hurts. But yeah, I kind of stopped and thought, I've had this YouTube channel about 3 years, 3.5 years now, and I've been getting really lazy with it. I've been doing the shorts thing, and my subs just started grow. I mean, my subs grew a lot from shorts, and I got a lot of subs from shorts, but you don't get watch time for them, and so you don't really you know it's kind of like you're kind of like, why do these? But I've had fun with it. I got to do a lot of videos of bugs and things, and I got some old vertical video of some captive stuff, which I really don't like to release, but that my friend has, and I'm going to be releasing some of those shorts soon because we just took him out and had him. He's working the hook, and I'm like getting video of him, and it was kind of a field day, but it's snake centric, and people like snake stuff. At least that's why the main draws on my channel are snake stuff. I mean, I get some off the aquatics, and some with the insect stuff. Some of those videos, some of the spiders have blown up and gotten some hits, but really it's kind of like my channel's known for snakes, so that's going to be what it is. Sorry to hear that, Chris. Hernia surgery, that sucks. I tell you, what happened is I got out of the hospital and they had my arm wrapped too tight, and the nerve block wore off later that night. And then even though I'm taking like a heavy duty pain med, I'm still just like screaming. I am screaming. And I didn't sleep the night I had surgery. I didn't sleep all night. And yeah, and they had the bandage wrapped too tight was what the deal was. And so I went to see my family doctor because I had to get another prescription filled. And I went to see my family doctor. He's like, man, that thing's on too tight. You really should go like have them rewrap that for you. And so I was like, okay. And so I go over and have them look at it and have them rewrap it. Or I asked them to rewrap it, and they like, well, we can't, we don't have anyone available right now. And I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? Because, and they're like, well, they called a nurse, and she's like, well, just go ahead and do it yourself. So I just, me and my wife were there. So, Chris, I was on oxycodone. I was like on the 10s or something, and it was not touching the pain. I could feel my pulse in my arm. And so anyway, me and my wife are there, and we the nurse just says, well, oh, you can take it off yourself. There's no, nothing that says you can't. And I'm like, well, it's not in the instructions. It says to leave it alone, don't mess with it, leave it in the sling for 72 hours at least. So anyway, we're sitting there in the lobby of this hospital, surgical center, and I rewrap, or I just unwrap it, and within like a minute or 2 minutes maybe, I start feeling the pressure lift from my arm, and and it was just like within like 10 minutes. I won't say it stopped hurting altogether, but the pain like went down by like probably 60-70%. And moral of the story is, if you think your bandage is too tight, it probably is, and just go ahead and unwrap it, because the lazy yahoos at the hospital are just going to call a nurse, and she's going to say, well, you can do it yourself. No big deal. And I understand wrapping a bandage doesn't really require any big stuff. No, actually, I was given hydrocodone, and not oxycodone, hydrocodone. But I had the high-strength stuff, and normally that stuff will wipe out any pain I have. And that's kind of how I knew something was wrong. When I tore my left bicep 5 years ago, I had the hydrocodone. I never had to go to anything higher. So what they did was they ended up, you know, keeping me on the hydrocodone and then telling me, give it like a few hours or I think 4 hours. They call it staggering meds. So they give me the hydrocodone. They kept me on the hydrocodone and then they add Dilaudid, which I found out is like, according to all the medical literature, I thumbed through the Dilaudid stronger than the hydrocodone. So I kind of wish we'd have started up there. But it's it kind of is what it is, and the whole plan is just unwrap your bandage yourself. Yeah, Jay. They did cast it too tight. The support bandage, and like I said, within a few minutes of unwrapping it, just getting the pressure off, it's like the arm pressure went down. My blood pressure, Jay, was horrible. You don't even want to know. And I take stuff to control my blood pressure. And it was like up like 40 points each number. I was in hypertension 1 level. I mean, it's like they want to send me to the hospital over it. But but it was bad. My pulse was high, and it's just like when you're in that much pain, it's what happens. But yeah, dude, it was pretty bad. Yeah, and a lot of people are at Tinley. I'm not one of them. I'm kind of happy about that. The only reason I would have to go to Tinley is to hang out with other people. I know Ledka's up there, Desert Wolf's up there, um, Cold Blooded Coven, she's up there. A few other people, but and I would like to be hanging with them. I probably would if man, if I didn't have this going on. But I mean, now I will go to a reptile show across the country to hang out with people. That can be a good time. But Tinley, it's not a hot show. It doesn't really interest me. I mean, I'm not trying to rip it, but it's a lot of ball pythons. I'm sure there's some corn snakes and leopard geckos, but it's just not stuff I'm interested in. I've seen dozens of we have here. Why drive to Chicago for the show? I mean, it's not in my will card. I'd rather take that money and hit Herps Conroe in December because that is a hot show and more of my friends will be there. I should say that. Yeah, Tinley should be off your list, Eric, if you're looking for hot stuff. Bull snakes, Chris, right now in Oklahoma, from what I can tell from my friends' pictures, everyone is seeing a lot of them. They're on the move. The babies are hatching. It seems to be that time. Something popped up in my memories from when I was out there last year. We saw 7 or 8 baby bull snakes the night we went out to the hognose stomping grounds, and it was it's usually good in early and mid October for bull snakes. Like I said, they're killing dawn hogs, and it's just good. Chris, if you have Facebook, send me a message on Facebook or email me at todd.autry43@gmail. The address, the email address is in some of my it's at the end of most of my videos on this channel, most of my regular videos. A bull snake will be yeah, bull snakes are fun. I generally, just deal with wild ones, but but it's no, Todd Autry on Facebook. Todd Autry, Autry. Send me a message. I'm just keeping bull snakes away. I've seen like hognose herp videos. Yeah, hognose are crazy. Definitely. Hognose are the thing. That's what October's all about in Oklahoma is the hognose. And I was going to hit it hard this year. I've been out that way a couple of times before I did this. Just kicking around. I mean, they hadn't really taken off yet. And I was like, But I just like to go out there anyway because it's a great area to road cruise, and there's other stuff, racers, bulls, ton of rat snakes, other things, um, and stuff like that out that way. Go out to central Oklahoma. There's just a lot of good habitat out there. There's a lot of agricultural area and a lot of farming. The farming brings the grains. The grains bring the mice bring the snakes. Big cascading effect. Yeah, I think I saw that on Wolf's Story. I saw a shot of all them on Wolf's Story. Yeah, Eric, I've thought about that because I slipped and fell in a pool while I was filling it up. Now the water was only rising like, a tenth of an inch per hour or something with two water hoses going full blast. But I could have cracked my head out there. If my wife wouldn't have been home, I could have seriously hurt myself. I mean, I could have died. If I would have knocked myself unconscious and just stayed there for 8 or 9 hours, I could have drowned. So I'm definitely thinking about stuff like that. And like I said, this gave me a few days to have some downtime and, figure out, what am I going to do? Am I going to go on? I mean, of course I'm going to keep making snake videos, but I'm sitting there going, it's kind of like I just feel like I started, doing shorts because right now YouTube's just promoting them. I mean, a lot of people are getting a lot of views from them. And like I said, it's really helped my subscriber base, probably by about 100 subscribers since I started doing the shorts. And my subs were not growing like that with my regular videos. My lives pick up some subs, but generally the people that hit my lives are the people that are already kind of hanging out with me anyway. So I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I saw a shot of Ledka and Wolf and D up there, and it looks like a good time going on up in Tinley. I mean, I definitely think it would be a heck of a party. That'd be the reason I'd want to go right now. I'm not interested in ball pythons, and I understand there may be more there, but I've seen the vendor list, and it's just like nah, it's nothing I'm gonna um, go on my way to hit. Lou, get out of there. Get out of that hotel, man. That's fine. Dude, man, get some video. Find something. Even if you don't get some video, go find something. And Lou, don't worry about your channel too much. You're gonna be fine. I know when you have these ruts where you can't put get that fine. I know when you have these ruts where you can't produce videos and stuff, you lose a little momentum, but usually it seems like once you start doing videos again, it starts picking right back up. And YouTube's always been like that. I've always like got 5 subs, lose 2 subs, so plus gain of 3 subs, and stuff like that. YouTube just seems to be that way. But a lot of this week I've been sick, and Benji, I appreciate the invites you've been sending me, bro. I just haven't felt like jumping on anyone's live. I haven't felt like being in front of a camera. I've had some nausea. I mean, like I'm on 2 like high-powered pain medicines. I just and I generally I haven't had like I get the feeling of being nauseated. I'll say that. I haven't been actually sick a whole lot. Yeah, get the Japanese vine snake, Lou. Get the Japanese vine snake. That would be awesome. You guys quit harassing Smet Logic, or I'll have to. Nah, I'm not going to threaten to do anything to anyone because I can't right now. I'm banged up. Thanks for the thumbs up, Homestead. I mean, I binged watched some of your stuff the other night, but you got some good stuff. Homestead Aquarius, he's got some great homesteading videos. But anyway, I got to kick back and do some art and just binge watch some stuff on TV. And like I'd record like a whole series and just like watch it all night and stuff. And it's kind of good to give myself that time to relax a little and kind of think, what can I do to spice up my next video that I'm doing? And it's like I said, it's probably going to be some fairly basic finds, but it's going to be some really good footage I don't know that I've got footage like this. I'm kind of waiting to see what all it turns up, and how it looks when you get out there. And, because I've got some shots that I know just from the pictures we got when we were out there. This was earlier in the year out by Fairview, Oklahoma. I mean, just like lighting is perfect, backdrop is perfect. You just happen to find things in good locations and stuff. And so, anyway, my next full length video, I've got some high hopes that it's going to be good. Whether or not it gets a lot of views, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my crappiest videos get the most views, so that happens. Yes, thanks Lou for hanging out. Always good to see you. I didn't know you were going to live tonight, so my apologies. Don't ever cut your live short for me, bud. You, Lou, are a legend, and you need to stay that way. And we all like your aviation stories too. I personally think you ought to leave your lives up. My 2 cents. I think you should, so we can always go back and watch them later because your stories are great. But if you got reasons, I understand that too. Stefan, how are you doing tonight, Stefan? Good to have you around, man. I've been seeing you pop up and stuff. It's definitely glad you're here. But anyway, my sister-in-law went to a garage sale and she knew I was like looking at different selfie sticks and things. And I actually got one. I got a gosh, I can't remember the brand. It's one of the more popular ones. If you said it, I'd recognize it. But she found like a couple of old Vivitars, and the guy wanted $1 for like both of them. And she even picked me up an iPhone adapter for them. And man, these are like selfie sticks that probably haven't been made in 7 or 8 years, and they work. I think they work better than anything that's out there today that I've used or tried. So I've kind of, because I only have one hand, I can't really video a lot. And it's even hard to do, short videos of bugs and stuff for shorts. And I'm kind of getting a little tired of bugs, and they're getting ready to be gone for the year anyway. And so I kind of really want to get back to the snake footage and the long format stuff, not doing shorts. And I mean, I'm going to keep doing lives, and I'm going to keep leaving them up as best I can. If one really goes in the tank, I'll probably delete it. But anyway, it's just been kind of an introspective time where I sit down and draw pictures of my dog or pictures of Halloween stuff and stuff, and I showed it to my wife and my sister-in-law also. She was over and she looked over my shoulder. What are you doing? And she's like, oh my God, you can really draw. And I'm like, well, this to me wasn't good. And my wife said the same thing. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And I'm like, this is not good. I mean, I can do a lot better than this with decent equipment. And, and so anyway, but it was just kind of fun to revisit something that I used to like. I may start doing more of that stuff. I'm kind of drawing some inspiration from an understudy, a guy named Snakes on the Plains. I think Smetlogic, you ran onto him in their Arizona trip. I think I'm going to kind of go a little more his way with some of my videos, as in probably produce less videos and probably put a little more editing work behind them, incorporate and infuse some more photography and things like that. Just because I like the way his videos are. Will it help? Will it get more views? I don't know, and I kind of don't care. I'm really not in this for money right now. And my channel's not monetized. I'm getting there, but it's not there. And and it's just kind of like I don't do this for money. Like Lou said earlier, I mean, it would be nice. Don't get me wrong. It would help me. It would help me offset some. It would help me offset some new camera stuff and drone stuff that I'm wanting to get. You've seen garter snakes in the San Juans and pond turtles in Lake Washington. Arturo, I'm a big turtle guy. I actually own like 5 spotted turtles, and currently own a yellow mud turtle. And I've owned some captive bred Holmes Hingeback tortoises, and I recently just sent those to a friend of mine. And I'm definitely a big turtle enthusiast. I just kind of they're just not real dramatic on video. So, I haven't done a lot of any videos with them. I kind of need to do some. Did some on one of my older channels, and they're definitely neat to see. I love the North American spotteds. I really like all the Southeast Asian species, especially a box turtle. I mean, to me, I like those in canosterons, which are the mud turtle family. Definitely into the Central and American mud turtles, the Mexican musk turtles, which those aren't canosteron, I don't think. I think those are something else, but those are just absolutely great turtles. I love going to anywhere, a zoo, anywhere, and seeing them. And I definitely have a real spot in my heart for things like the Western pond turtles. These things that are just, having a tough time surviving in the wild. I mean, turtles need our help. I mean, I'm a big snake guy too. Rattlesnakes are my passion. They're what I'm just always happy to find and see. I've got friends who are just ate up with like gray banded king snakes, and they live to go to West Texas and find Alterna. And and once again, I mean, they got their thing, I got mine. I always enjoy king snakes when I find them, milk snakes when we see them. I never flip the rock milk snakes under, but I've been out with guys when we found milks and they're cool. But anyway, back to snakes on the plains. A buddy of mine down in southern Oklahoma, he's kind of, I don't say he's made his channel more artsy, but he's definitely kind of kind of being an inspiration to me, because he doesn't put out videos as often as I do when we're like when both of us are putting out videos. But when he makes one, it's generally really, really good. It's worth watching. And and you hear all this crap about the YouTube algorithm, and you need to release a video a week or twice a week, and I'm just like, I just don't see it working out for me, because the way I film, I generally film what I find field herping. Sometimes I do some other things, but not often. And I kind of don't want to veer from that vision. I mean, it's like, I kind of want my YouTube to be the way I want it to be. And if anyone checks it out, great. If they don't, they don't. I mean, like I said, I do not do this to make money. It would be nice to be making money, but this is not it. I do some rental houses and things like that, and that's where a lot of my income comes from today. I retired from my previous career last year, and it's been good. It's treating me well so far. Jay, hey man, I saw that comment about we both having too much metal in us. Jay, just FYI, they found more stuff in this arm than they thought. I mean, they knew I had broken bones in my arm, I had broken bones in my wrist, and possibly like my hand. They said they got in there and even found more stuff, and I'm like, oh gosh, what a mess this has been. Yeah, the West. I did see the video from the Woodland Park Zoo, Arturo. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure I did see that. That was a great video, and that was inspiring. I love the fact that people are doing that. Yeah, Jay, no kidding. They said they found more stuff going on in there than they thought about. Hang on, let me get this off the screen. And get this off the screen. Sorry, I got some pop-up stuff going on. But anyway, yeah, I call you after live, Jay. Will do, and I don't know, probably won't be on real long tonight. So if you're up, I'll definitely try and give you a shout. I just want to make sure I'm not calling you too late, bud, because man, I know what it is. Yeah, and Ariel, exactly, and it's like I understand the principle of consistency, but I'm sitting there, like when you do wild animals, you don't control how much video you accumulate. Now, what I did, one trick that I've kind of used is I had a lot of footage shot before I ever launched my first video on this channel. So I've done some things, spaced some things out, kind of held back some videos that I kind of didn't want to release, and then kind of wound up releasing them, or still, and I still have some back that are ready to go. And I've got one video, and I want to throw out the disclaimer here and now. I've got a video that'll be coming out before long. I may wait longer to release it, but it's what I did was I accidentally made the same video twice. But this other video has some different shots in it than the first one did. But a few of the shots are the same as the one that I've already released. And it's of the last field herping trip of last year in the Guthrie Stillwater area of Oklahoma. And over that way, there's like good habitat for hognose snakes, bull snakes. There's some Kansas glossies over there, I think. There's definitely some Western Massasauga, things like that over there. And you kind of start getting into Atrox habitat too, which is like what I live for. I really like the Atrox and the prairies. I think those two are my two favorite rattlesnakes, and a lot of people think that's going to be odd because those are not like, those are fairly common rattlesnakes throughout most of the range. I just like their personality, like messing with them in the field, and they're fun to shoot. So, definitely, I'm probably going to release that video anyway because I made it. And then I'm sitting there thinking, a handful of my followers will have remembered that, or they will see a scene out of it and think, I've seen this before. And I'm kind of expecting some comments, like, hey, I've seen this before. You're re-releasing the same video. And I'm like, I'm kind of like not bracing myself for that, but I'm kind of ready for that because what I've noticed is a lot of like different news organizations and other things and things um, like Now This or Vice or some of these things. I don't know what the logic is behind this, but they keep releasing the same video over and over, like not like day after day, but like I follow one of those. I think it's Now This, and it's like it seems like they upload the same video like every other week, and it gets a lot of views. And I'm just going, well, it's well produced video. But and I'm sitting there going, so okay, so I've got a couple clips that got used twice. All the information's there, so why do I need to worry? God offered a Western prairie mix the other day. Never seen one before. Oh, I love prairies. Prairie rattlesnakes. They kind of get a bad rap with some of the herp gangs because it's like they're very common, like in New Mexico, parts of Arizona, parts of Texas, things like that. And but they're probably one of the feistiest rattlesnakes out there. I mean, they're up there with the Atrox as far as just being nasty tempered. I like to mess with them. Easterns are my favorite of all time. I'm not comfortable owning one. Chris, I'll say this. I've never owned an Eastern Diamondback. I have worked with them in a zoo type facility, and they are not anything to mess with. An old buddy of mine actually died a few years back, and he had a lot of other health issues going on. And one thing that I heard later through the grapevine was like that he had severe kidney issues, and he took a bad hit from an Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake that he was working with. And so they can definitely juice you. I mean, so can an Atrox, and that could happen with an Atrox as well. But he ended up passing away a few years back, and I think the damage to his kidneys definitely contributed to him not making it through everything else he was going through. And yeah, and people reuse their old clips, right, Eric? And to me, it's kind of like, I'm going to put in there, hey guys, some of this video has been released before. This goes back to October 2020, which I try to keep that stuff straight. I'm just sitting there looking in my editor and realizing that, like, I produced and uploaded not the same video, but a video from the same trip. I actually made twice. I don't know if I just didn't have enough coffee that day or what. And I, just wound up, accidentally making the same video twice. Sometimes I get to working on too much stuff, and that can be bad. I did find a rough earth snake on my porch the other night, and it's kind of funny because I've got a lot of nature where I live. I love living by a green belt. There's a lot of bugs. I get a ton of striped bark scorpions, tarantulas, and black widows here. The one thing I haven't seen over on this side of my town is the brown recluse. I haven't seen a single one of those yet. And I'd see, 10 a day over at my old house on the other side of town. I like living here on the western side of Tulsa because I'm actually like just right by the turnpike. So I can get to Oklahoma City about 35 minutes quicker, which means I can get to all the rest of my Atrox and Veritas spots quicker. So that's definitely going to work out. It's going to take 30 minutes off like a trip to West Texas. And I'm planning a big West Texas trip in the spring with like some of the guys like Pemberton Boys, Snakes on the Plains. But anyway, I really like the way Snakes on the Plains videos have been turning out. He definitely incorporates some different elements and things. And it kind of made me look, you'll keep growing if you put out a good video. I think. I don't have to monetize like tomorrow or by the end of the year, or, I've had some friends that have been in the unfortunate position of like, I'm not going to be able to make videos, another year if I don't start monetizing because like it's just, I'm just not going to have the funds to offset, what little I'm going to make from monetization. So, I mean, and my heart breaks and goes out to those folks. I definitely try to support my friends who support my channel, and but I've seen people get in that situation, and fortunately, I don't have to be one of them. I just really want that flow of income coming. Even though it's not going to be a lot, I've got friends who have monetized channels who are really big, and they've shared with me what they made, even though they're not supposed to. They did anyway, and it's all good. I mean, I'll keep it under my hat, and I know you don't make a lot of money at least starting out until you get like legendary status, like Lou. If you get to be that Lou B level, man, you just he makes so much that he makes so much that I don't know. He buys airplanes. We'll just make up that story, throw it out there. Y'all repeat it to him next time you're on his live, and he'll be like, "Whoa, Todd!" He'll call me back in. But some of you guys that are new, you'll see people referring to me as Todd. That's me, Todd Autry. But I changed my name to the Angry Atrox just because it seemed to be like people would find my channel easier if it wasn't under my name. A lot of other people named Todd Autry have YouTube channels. So a lot of people would go looking for my channel and they'd find this other guy who's like a bluegrass singer, also named Todd Autry. And it's just like, gosh. So I'd be telling people, Google Todd Autry rattlesnake. And it's like, they would do that and they wouldn't find it. And so we kind of played around with some things, me and my friends. And yeah, right, Eric B. It was hard to find. And that's why, that's another reason why you should hit lives and leave comments and stuff. So, I mean, if you're doing a channel, people can find you. I'm not sure if I know if everyone knows what an Atrox is. Dang it, Benji. After they get through with my channel, they will see more Atrox than they will know what to do with. And that's fine because it's really kind of a niche targeted name. A lot of people, Yeah, Wolf is doing amazing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, me and Wolf's buddies. He's good people. I kind of wish I would have known he was coming through. Ledka's up by me too, so he's in my part of the country, and we've been all three trying to get together, but it's just hasn't worked out yet. We're gonna make that happen. Benji, they don't need to know. If the thing of it is, if someone's if someone's looking for something, the angry Atrox is easy to remember. An Atrox arturo is a western diamondback rattlesnake, Crotalus atrox or Crotalus atrox, however it's said. But it's a very iconic but common rattlesnake that we have here in Oklahoma. We have a lot of them in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. They even range into Arkansas. There's isolated populations of them over there. But they've been very persecuted by collectors. And, and that's kind of sad, but it kind of is what it is. Oh, right. Definitely. I'm tracking with you, Benji. Following a complaint, mine forgot how to rattle. That's funny, Eric B. So you can sell the Black Widows for $20. Man, I don't generally sell animals. It's not something I'm into, although I would start. What I'd be interested to know what striped bark scorpions were worth. I wouldn't think they'd be worth anything because you get to this part of the state and they're all over the place. But like if I could get $5 a pop for those things, I see 10 a night. I'll say that. I've seen 10 a night consistently for months. And that's why if you go to my shorts reel and roll it, you'll see a lot of, striped bark scorpion video just because I catch them doing funny things. You know, Benji, yeah, a lot of rattlesnakes are really interesting because you'll have ones that will rattle and then you'll have ones that won't. And you'll have ones like I've seen Western Diamondbacks before that you cannot get to rattle. I mean, they just won't do it. And some of that video is on my page, and it's kind of like generally, like I expect timber rattlesnakes to not rattle because I think they kind of rely on camouflage, whereas, something like a Western Diamondback or a prairie rattlesnake is much more likely to be spotted out in the open. And so I think they're a more high-strung animal. I think that plays into it. And I don't have any science behind that, so, don't take it to the bank, but I just kind of think that's what's going on. These things in your desert areas, your plains areas, don't have, they don't have a lot of cover. So if they get into a conflict with something, they've got to survive that. Jay, yeah, man, yeah, rattlesnakes cannot always rattle. I mean, they can not always rattle. It's just like that. Right on, Ariel. You see, I used my name and people were spelling Autry, Autrey. I understand that is the spelling of it some places, but mine's without the E. And so, like, people were looking for it that way, and they still weren't finding it. So, the angry Atrox. And I can always tell them to use, like, a search engine of, the angry Atrox rattlesnake or the angry Atrox, speckled king snake or something. And, definitely, people have been finding that. So, and Ariel, I don't have anything to hide. I'm retired, so I don't care if anyone has my full name. You like the angry Atrox? I do too, Benji. So, like, I wasn't really worried about anonymity. I tried to stay out of controversy and drama. I hate drama. Eric, thank you for that information. Quick search, 15 to 30. Because I'm sitting there, what do I do with these things? Because if my wife finds them, she will kill them because they do get into the house. I don't want to kill them. I'd rather collect them and, like, maybe even sell a batch of them for like $20 or something. I'd rather do that. Like when I'm out walking my dog, just have a critter keeper with me, just pop them in there, you know? But there's a lot of development going on in my area. It's sad because I hate to see the habitat get torn up. But, also by the same time, when you have habitat development, it stirs up a lot of the animals that have been living there undetected for years. And so, sadly, a lot of people around here spray the heavens out of their yards with pesticides and stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't like putting toxic stuff on the earth. I like nature's pest control, and the scorpions are some of that, and they eat some of the pests too. But that's interesting about the black widows and the striped bark scorpions. Um, Definitely fascinating stuff. I might have to look into that at some point because I don't know. I need to make some kind of extra money. But um, but anyway, I do things like flipping houses and stuff from time to time, and I've got rental properties, things, and stuff. And so like I make enough money. I don't have to do YouTube for money, and I wouldn't. I don't know that I would do YouTube for money because the kind of stuff I do, you just don't know. It's kind of like you can't really satisfy all the requirements for everything when you don't know if you're going to see or video anything. So what I do is when times are really hot, I set some video back. And I make sure I date mark it and stuff so I know when it was. And so like you're going to see videos released this year that were shot last year. But I didn't edit them and chop them up until this year because I was working on other stuff, and I try to spread it out and add some diversity. Like if I do like a Western Diamondback rattlesnake video, my next video, or at least my regular videos, I don't want to do, you know, 5 Western Diamondback rattlesnake videos in a row, or a and then do a green snake. I'd rather do like I'd rather release like a video on Western Diamondback rattlesnakes, or something that I feel more of like cottonmouths. I see a lot of cottonmouths where I'm at, and I'd rather like release like a Western, a Diamondback video here, green snake video, hognose, and and spread it out so like people aren't seeing the same thing. And then I like to release whole herping trips when I can do that, and kind of put together some stuff. I've got some ideas from some other guys about some B-roll stuff to start incorporating, which generally I don't put in. Lou B and Smetlogic. Smetlogic is in here. They are masters at putting in interesting B-roll that keeps it going. Some people put in B-roll, and I don't want to say it sucks, but it's like, at this point is where I would click off. For some channels, these guys, Lou B, 747 and Smetlogic, both do a lot of like B-roll stuff that's fascinating. Like Lou Boyer took his like GoPro and had it in like a sink. I think it was a hotel sink, and he like pulled it up out. And when he like did that in the video and showed that and incorporated it in, it made for a wicked transition from like scene A to scene B. It's really classic. Um, I do Ariel. I've got hard drives all over this place. I've got a lot of them, and I back my videos up in 2 to 3 places at least minimum if they're good videos. I also back it up to a cloud account. Once again, it gets expensive to back stuff up, so I don't do it with everything. I just kind of do it with like those videos I feel that are gonna get special, or not get special, that are special, or that are really good shots. Or if a video starts blowing up, that's when I'll make sure it's backed up. I mean, it's backed up on my computer anyway, but I also have to pull stuff off to keep my computer running because we all know that slows down the memory. So, I kick it back, and you know, um, I just make sure you have stuff backed up at least in 2 places minimum. And a lot of times a cloud account and an external hard drive is a good way to go. What video editor do I recommend? I've been hearing Chris Godfrey. I've been hearing amazing things about not Vegas, Sony, not Sony Vegas. What is it? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I personally use iMovie. I use iMovie for most of my stuff. I don't do a lot of crazy edits. I want to say it's Vegas what is the name of that program? It's slipping my mind. But it's free. It's free to use. I want to say they've got it for both Windows and Mac. And hang on. Best free editors. Let me look this up real quick. Video editors. Sorry about the keyboard strikes, but I would absolutely stay away from Adobe. It's expensive. There's a monthly subscription, and I thought it was hard to use. Now if you learned on it, it's probably your thing. Kind of like I learned on Corel, which kind of transferred over to iMovie fairly smooth. I transferred everything to Apple products, and so right now I'm working with iMovie. Right, Ariel. Adobe costs too much. DaVinci Resolve is the free editor. DaVinci Resolve, that's what it is. That's the one I was thinking about. That to me is a little bit better than most of your free editing programs out there from what I've seen. Adobe was crap to me, Jay, because I just couldn't use it very well. I mean, like I can use like the PDF processors and things like that. Right, and I've seen a lot of tutorials on DaVinci, and it looks not like super easy, but it looks like if you wanted to do something more than what you could do with iMovie, I would roll to there. I know people that swear by Adobe, J, but I won't say it's too hard for me to use. It seems like there was too much to learn. Any plans to use StreamYard? Well, Benji, I do use StreamYard when I do a live with a guest, which is not often. Usually that's Lou. I've done a few with him before. And Lou, when you see this in replay, if you see this, thank you. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with me when you've been a guest. I've had my buddy Joe Hinkle on as a guest. He does a totally different thing. He's not into snakes. He is a social marketing guy, or social media marketing guy. And we had a good time hanging out, just talking about stuff. And so I do use StreamYard when I plan to have a guest. When I plan to have a guest, yes, I do. Because you have to do StreamYard like before you launch the video. You have to like start it in StreamYard, at least from what I've seen. And so I couldn't add a guest right now tonight, Benjamin, because I didn't start this in StreamYard. And I don't know that I'd mess with it because, like I said, I can't really, I'm just not getting to where I can move my fingers again. It's been a rough week. And yeah, like Ariel's saying, a lot of good things about DaVinci. And I don't know how much like memory space it requires or what the requirements are, the processor requirements. But Pemberton Boys, check out his channel, Pemberton Boys. He uses DaVinci Resolve, and if you look at his videos, he does some amazing things. And he's not a professional video guy, although you couldn't tell that from his videos. He does a lot of speed ramping, a lot of them funny edits that like I've always had problems with, so like I just generally wind up ditching him. But this was like the first night in a while that I was just not so sick that I, can do a live. I talked to Wolf the other night on the phone, actually. Desert Wolf Armory. Go sub his channel. He's got a lot of subs, but he can always use one more. But he was like, man, dude, you sound like crap. And I was like, man, I know. It's just like, And I have not slept well. Last night I slept for 7 hours straight through, and that was kind of a good thing because like you need to sleep after an event like a surgery. I mean, your body needs rest. It needs rest to heal, and I've got some healing to do. Um, and so it's and finally I had a night where I got some decent amount of sleep, and I've just been like looped out on pain meds and stuff, and seeing pink flying squirrels and seeing bugs crawl across the ground and stuff, and it's been a wild ride. I'll say that, but I felt pretty good today, and then tonight I feel pretty good. I'd check it out. Yeah, Ariel, that's kind of a problem. File size is always a problem. When you're shooting stuff like I want to, hang on, let me, Chris, thank you for stopping by, man. Shoot me something on Messenger, and I'll ask around. I'll check into that for you because I've got friends in your area. I got a lot of people out there actually, and I can definitely look around. Thanks for stopping by, Chris. Always glad to have a new person show up. Thank you, Lou, for shouting me out tonight. Really appreciate that. Um, can't say I appreciate it enough, but I hope he's out finding snakes because he needs to get out and get some herping done. Because, I mean, everybody's herping season has been jacked. Um, phone has got more RAM than my PC. I don't know how that happens, Ariel. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe mine does too, and I'm just not aware of it. But um, I'll have to look into that. But shoot me a messenger or a message in Messenger. I'll be checking my other files, um, and I'll definitely be on the lookout for you. Um, and um, Eric B, are you talking about Chris? Because I think he is, if that's who you're talking about. Oh, gotcha. See, I think mine's like 8 or something. Yeah, he's. I think I want to say he's out on the East Coast, somewheres. I want to say Georgia, somewhere out down in there. But But anyway, yes, file size. When you get into shooting like stuff like 4K video, which is what most of my better video I try to get in, it's kind of like it's getting now that's the standard. I remember when like 1080 was the standard before anyone had. I mean, I remember like when before any of the handy cams or you know prosumer type video cameras had 4K capabilities. I mean, I remember a time when 1080 was the best the iPhone would do. And now it's 4K, and now we know that gets preferential treatment on some platforms. So, like, I mean, I see these people doing things in 4K, and I'm thinking, why is this in 4K? Because it's like, like, exactly. I remember when 720 was the best too, Eric. That's when I started shooting video. Was 1080 was fresh on the scene, and the Sony Bloggy had it, and I could get a Sony Bloggy for like $100. Yeah, Jay's laughing. Yeah, Jay's a big tech guy. Jay's a tech guru. But yeah, but like 2009, 2010, Jay, that was around the time we met. Think back. Think back, Jay. I mean, we've been hanging out for some time. I mean, like probably 1080 was the best around back in the late 2000s and stuff. 4K wasn't around back then. Let me rephrase that. 4K may have been around, but it wasn't. It wasn't in your phones. It wasn't in your. It wasn't in like your handy cams, things like that. And it wasn't in your GoPros. I mean, my first GoPro was like 720 was the top. So I had the GoPro 3. Still got it around here somewhere. That's the 8. But like I remember when like 720 was the tops in GoPro. And it's just things just keep getting better, and the technology keeps getting smaller and smaller. And I mean, here we are. But with 4K being the standard, and with me wanting to save a lot of the videos I make, and backing them up in sometimes multiple places. Um, I mean, the 4K file sizes are just far more immense than the 1080 ones. And it's just when you're backing stuff up, I mean, you can fill up a hard drive quick with those things. My iPhone's 12, so I use the PC. Gotcha. I'm tracking with you, Ariel. I didn't think to do that, by the way. I did learn. Oh, that's funny, J. Track for my dad. Yeah. I'm sure. My guess is the 4K was around 2010 when we first hooked up, but I'm wanting to say it was severely pro grade. Like you couldn't drop like $800 on a camcorder in 2009, 2010 that I remember, because I remember looking. That's when I started, and get a 4K, Sony Bloggy, a 4K phone, a 4K GoPro, things like that. Now I hear they're working on I know they're working on 8K and stuff, and yeah, that's right. The price tag put it out of reach for most people. And then, do you want to take that camera into the field with you? I mean, no one wants to spend, maybe the big media companies do, but most YouTubers that put out herping videos, you don't want to carry a 4K camera that you spent $4,000 or $5,000 on up a mountain, and then like bang it up, drop it, do something with it. I did learn this very interesting hack. If you don't like the GoPro app, because I want to share this hack with you guys because someone shared it with me, and yeah, back in those days, Jer, it was. I didn't know you filmed in 8K, Ariel. I mean, that's cool and all. I definitely think that's good for keeping your videos high quality and relevant, because that's going to be probably the next. I'm guessing that's going to be the next step. But I do want to jump into a little bit of a hack I learned. Jay, you'll find this fascinating. I'm glad you're here tonight. But the GoPro, this is the Hero 8, and I mean it's good for a GoPro. It gets hung up some, not as much as the 9, I think. Um, did not know that, Ariel. Um, yeah, we've got a hat, Jer. I'm not going to show it to you because I can't show it to you because I need both hands to do that. But a friend of mine told me this, and this was like revelation to me. What you do when you have a GoPro is you have to download the Quick app. Okay, and they don't have it for desktop. Um, and that's kind of disturbing because it's like they have it for like iPad and iPhone, but they don't have it for like an iMac. They don't have it that'll work that's on a desktop. I've tried to download it on a desktop, never been able to, and really kind of a little skittish about that because it's an Apple device. You'd kind of think they'd have it for desktop or your iMac. So anyway, Pemberton Boys is who I learned this from, and he's a computer nerd. I mean, this guy's super computer nerd. He's kind of like my buddy Jay. No offense, Jay. No offense, Pemberton. But the Quick app you download on your iPhone, then you Bluetooth your iPhone to the Quick app. Then you can go into your iPhone and save the files. It's called GoPro Quick. I want to say it's GoPro Quick. It's the latest GoPro app, and it used to be called Quick. It may have changed the name. I know they're trying to get people to do a subscription thing now, and that's why I'm getting ready to part ways with the GoPro because I just don't like to subscribe. I mean, Adobe is like $30 a month, and I don't know what the GoPro Quick is. It's actually on this phone, Jay. I'll have the name of it when I talk to you in a minute. But anyway, how you get files off of it. I tried plugging the GoPro into the computer. It absolutely did not work like the old GoPros did. You just, like a GoPro 4, you plug it into any computer, just drag and drop the files. Now, maybe you can do that on Microsoft. You can't do that on Apple. You have to Bluetooth your GoPro to your iPhone, and then, you know, GoPro Quick. That's the one I'm thinking of, Eric. GoPro Quick. And then you had to, save it to your photos. And then you had to either airdrop it to your desktop if you wanted it on your desktop, or plug your phone into your desktop and drag and drop them that way. He said, you know what he found out? And I said, no, why'd you find out, Steve? Once again, Pemberton Boys, go check out his channel. He deserves to get some subs out of this. What app do you use, Ariel? Let me know. Let us know in the comments, because I'd like to know. But he said, Todd, take your data card out of your GoPro and stick it in your DJI drone, and then plug your drone into your computer and watch what happens. And I was like, that's brilliant, but does it work? He's like, yeah, dude, it works. And I'm like, whoa, InShot Pro. Okay, Ariel, I just wanted to be aware of that. I don't know that I'll get it, but I did have some questions. I'll hit you up sometime soon. But anyway, you take the data card out of your GoPro and you throw it into a DJI drone if you have one. Does it work with other drones? I don't know. I know the DJI Mavic 2, it does. And then just port it from your drone to your computer, and that way you don't have to mess with the app. And I'm like, Steve, that's brilliance. And he's like, yeah, I know. But that's okay. I mean, the guy knows a lot about computers. I'll give him that. The Pemberton Boys, go check him out. And go check out Ariel Viking Venture and Victuals as well. She has a great little cooking channel that she does. But anyway, I'm going to kind of probably wrap this up here pretty quick. I appreciate you guys hanging with me so late. But, I had a chance to just kind of, I can't pull it out right now, Jay, because, man, I need two hands to do it. It's a SanDisk. It's a SanDisk with the 3-speed, which is what they recommend for 4K. I want to say they recommend the ones or the twos and up, but it's a SanDisk. That much I can tell you. Oh, wait, I got one right here. It's this brand, the SanDisk. I want to say it's SanDisk Extreme Pro or Ultra Pro, and it's got the micro one. It's got the 3 and the U under it, which is a speed of some kind, and it just once again, I'm not the big tech guy. Jay is. Jay is, Pemberton Boys are. Those guys are brilliant. But they had that hack. He said, dude, you got a DJI drone. Just throw your card in the drone and plug it in. And most of the times I don't have problems with GoPro Quick. I can do it. It's just kind of a pain. But if they start charging for that, I'm going to be like, screw you, I'm out. I'll get a DJI Osmo Action or something. I'll sell this off and use that money and put it for a down payment on like a DJI Osmo Action, which I think they're going to have a new one coming out soon anyway. But yeah, I got a chance to just sit back for a few days, do things I don't normally do, not even worry about videos. If I didn't watch your video and you're watching this, forgive me, I'll get caught up. But I did need to step away from it all for a bit and just kind of reevaluate what I'm doing and why. And do I want to be part of the YouTube machine to where I release a video when I don't feel it's ready, just to stay up with the once a week thing, and I kind of came to the conclusion that I don't. I just want to put out a video that I like. And, if you're not enjoying it, you won't last doing it. And, my guest, Joe Hinkle, when I had him on, please forgive me, I had to get a drink. He said that he liked being monetized. And I said, why do you like being monetized, Joe? And he said it actually gives you the extra motivation to get through to get up the hill. And I said, well, I can see that. But also, I just have never been a huge fan of adding a lot of fluff and B-roll type stuff to my videos. And I've even had comments on my videos say, that's what I like about you. There's not this 30-minute introduction. You get straight to the action. And I'm sitting there thinking, but also, I'm going to see how the middle ground works. I'm going to weave in a little more in my next two upcoming long features. These will not be shorts, these won't be lives. These will be regular widescreen YouTube videos shot in ever lovely 4K. Probably with the iPhone 11 Pro or the Sony AX53. Those are the two pieces of gear I use the most. Yeah, complain at $9 a month. I hear you, Ariel. I just don't like subscriptions. I don't like keeping up with it. And I've used Corel for years. You had to buy it once, and then they went to, well, upgrade now. And I understand people are going to develop new things, but then they kind of got to where, like the last version of Corel I had that I used, it started not working, and it's like every time it would hang up in post, I'd get a pop up. It says, are you having glitches? Are you having experience problems? What you need is the 12 instead of the 11. And I'm just like, screw this. I'm not going to sit here and pay $99 one year, pay $99 2 years from now, or pay, $20, $30 a month for editing software. I mean, if I was working in a professional environment 100% of the time, something like that might be justifiable. But, I don't see that. And that's why I like having different pieces of equipment: an iPhone, a GoPro, a prosumer Handycam, and then like a drone. I mean, you bring all that stuff together, you can make things from a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different angles, and it really generally turns out pretty well, because nothing is more amazing than like when I have my iPhone like on a selfie stick or something, when I'm getting a real up close tight shot of a rattlesnake, and then you have like your Sony X53 on a tripod, or something like that, Nikon D850, whatever, Sony A6000. I like the Sony stuff, but you have that on a tripod, and you get the same shot from a totally different perspective, and it turns out just as amazing as the shot is going to be good. That's awesome. Homestead, thank you for showing up tonight. Definitely appreciate you being here. Watched a lot of your videos last night before last night, one of them. Robert, okay, I've got a name to go with Homestead now. That's right, it is Robert. I watched like his whole channel the other night. I wouldn't say his whole channel, but I watched a lot of his videos the other night, and I was thinking, what's his name? And just wasn't getting at me, but I'm so medicated, so, yeah, I know, I hear you, Homestead. Thank you for that. I will, and please keep doing what you do, Homestead. I left some comments. I think you're doing some pretty good stuff that's needed for this time in our history. Definitely go check out Homestead Aquarius. Yeah, I think I watched like 5 videos, commented on 3 or something. And then like Ariel knows what I do. I throw people's I put like a playlist on. And so like I let stuff play even when I can't watch it all. But like I really got into just getting deep into your videos the other night, and I didn't know there was this kind of flower. I didn't know there was this kind of pepper. It was pretty interesting stuff. So guys, go check out Homestead Aquarius. It's good stuff. Guys, I got a chance to reevaluate what I did. I broke my arm. I had to be down for a while. I sent messages to people that said, hey, guys, got a surgery coming up. Hey, thank you for that, Homestead. I've got a surgery coming up. I'm not going to be able to be like right in your lives all the time. I'm not going to catch your video the moment it drops. Sorry, it's just not going to work for a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. But bear with me, because I will get caught up on everyone's stuff. I know you guys will get caught up with mine. I've just been reevaluating life, and really the accident that made this happen gave me a lot to think about. Because like Eric B said, man, you could have died there. And I'm thinking about it, he's absolutely right. It could have been bad, or I could have tried that when no one was home, which I don't know that I would have if no one was home. But I also, didn't tell my wife I was going down into the pool either. So, it's it's all good. I got it fixed. I got it worked on. We're going to pull out of this and we're going to pull through, and I'll be back to making long format videos in no time at all. But I got a chance to kind of like look at some other channels, see what they do, and do I want to make mine more like that or more like this? And I kind of agree with you, Jeremy. You do you. That's like should be the YouTube slogan. You do you. Um, Once again, guys, check out Homestead Aquarius's video. Especially if you're into homesteading stuff or gardening, great stuff. Guy has some great videos. Check out Ariel for some cooking stuff. She has great videos. Jay, dang it, start putting out videos so I can shout you out. See you later, Homestead. Come on, Jay. Let's do some vlogs. Man, I've got the equipment. We need to do the we need to do the Jay Stewart show. The Jay Stewart show. That's funny. Oh my gosh. I'm going to razz you about that, and I'm going to call you when I get off here. But just know that I'm gonna if you don't see me on your videos when they first pop, know that I'm going to be around. Ariel will probably vouch for me that I'm a pretty faithful guy when it comes to that kind of stuff, and and it's just it's good to hit reset once in a while. Like I cut out on Lou's Live earlier, and what I needed to do was I just needed to get out of it and get back into it. And I asked him, I said, "Did you cut out, Lou?" And everyone in chat was like, "No, he's fine, he's fine." So I don't know if my Wi Fi was buffering or just I had a glitch in my phone or my phone was going out. But I've got 20% battery left. I don't know if I conveyed everything I wanted to. But either way, I'm going to have to go here pretty quick. And then, Jay, I'm going to turn around and call you because we need to catch up. Because, man, you got to hear this. This is going to be wicked. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, Smet Logic, Benji, Ariel, Luby, thank you for sending some new people my way. Guys, all those channels deserve our support. Smet Logic, Herping, Luby, Ariel, Homestead, everyone else that was on here. Eric B has a channel. I been catching some of his videos. And guys, just thank you guys for being here. And to anyone who watches my videos, I've got I probably have about 10 to 20 people I know that watch every video beginning to end. They don't miss a beat, and they hit it with volume every time. And just know that I really appreciate the loyalty and the support. I don't have a ton of subscribers. I don't. I would like to get more, but I also want to stay true to my original vision, as well as staying true to myself. Find the video Southern Angels. A beautiful king snake pops up. Okay. You go fanboy. Okay, cool. Homestead. I'm going to go look that up here. Southern Angels. I will definitely put that in my queue. Thank you for all you're doing, Homestead. You're doing some great stuff. But gang, I'm at 85 minutes. My phone's about to crap out, and I still got to call Jay, which is okay because talking to Jay is a good thing. Jay Stewart, he's a good dude. Glad he's a part of my life. Hey Benjamin, an hour and 10 minutes. It seems like that's a pretty long live for me. I generally try to keep it right at an hour. Actually, 83 minutes. 83 minutes. That's an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, I see what you're saying, Benji. Sorry. Pain meds. I'm going to be blaming everything on pain meds for like 2 months. Benji, know that I really appreciate you sending me invites. You're never a bother. I like talking to you. I don't like talking to everybody. I like talking to you, Benji. I just was not up to it all this week, but you thought of me. And you thought, man, this dude might could use this live. He might could use some company. I tune in so you get the watch hours. And, even, I mean, the lives have been an acquired taste, I'll say that, doing them and even watching them. Benji, you're a great friend. I think of you as a great friend. You're in New Zealand. I wish you were over here in the States. We could all go herping together. But guys, know that I appreciate everyone's support of my channel. Who the people who do support it. It's amazing to meet people from all over the world who tune in every time to see what you do. You guys are the best people. Benji, you're at the top of that list, Benji. You're my brother, you're my homie. Man, thank you for working the wrench. Remember, Benji, let's watch for profanity on this page. I don't say, nuke everything, but definitely the F-bombs and stuff. Try to get rid of that. I just wrenched you tonight. I don't like wrenching everybody because it's like if there's a problem, you got to go and figure out who that is. So, Benji, man, you're my brother, man. Go check out Homestead Aquarius. Go check out Ariel Viking Venture and Victuals. Go check out Luby. Go check out Smet Logic Herping. Go check out Eric B. Eric B, I think, has, I don't know if it's a newer channel or if he's just getting started, or I don't know, Eric B. But, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for your channel when I'm on in this login so people can start tying the two of them together because you got some good videos. But guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to kill it so I can call my brother Jay. And hope I didn't do anything goofy tonight. If you see this up a few days from now, it wasn't that goofy. Hey man, thank you for that, Benji. And man, dude, I can't type. I felt like crap. Man, that's just what I've been going through. So you hang in there, Mr. Benji, and Jay, I'll be calling you in a second. Ariel, thank you, and you have a good day. I think it's day there. Could be wrong. I'm going to get out of here, call Jay, and then try to get to bed. So guys, have a good night, and thank you for being here.